Freeway with NGK. I'm Nicole.
I'm Grace.
I'm Karina.
And to the left, we have a very special guest, Khori. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm the owner of Spectrum. We're a bespoke barbershop in Markham.
Okay.
I've been in the hair industry for 18 years, 20 years. I'm kind of losing track now.
Hey.
We're more focused on essential grooming for men. We're moving towards products and education. I love the hair industry. And we're just trying to push that forward now, especially with Black entrepreneurship.
Yes, talk about it.
And just helping things move forward in our industry.
Okay. And I just want to say, let me just add real quick.
Yeah.
I take my son Jaden to Khori and have been for like years on years.
5, 6?
More than that. Definitely more than that. So Jaden's 12 now. He's been coming to you since he was like 6.
Am I really that old?
Yeah.
Time flies, man.
Yeah, you are. Wait, how many years did you say? You said 5, so I guess
like
6 years.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. It
Almost
just feels like
taller,
more.
anyway.
And
That's dope.
Khori is
The business.
the best in the game. Like
I wouldn't say
the cut. I'm gonna.
I'm good.
Khori is the best in the game. Okay, and shout out all the other barbers I know.
Well, I would say, so you know how they say, like, you know, when you sell your product, you have to wear your product. And when you're promoting your product and talking about your product, like, sometimes you could advertise, you could do all the best logos and whatnot, but if you're not wearing your product, it's not going to come forth. Let me just say, okay? This man looks fresh. Okay, first of all, we all know we did a couple black men. Okay, not trying to call out anybody. We all know the shades and the rough. You know, we know the rough.
Razor
Look
bump.
at the razor bump.
Look at the
Guys,
beard.
no, I'm sorry, Cameron, please, like, just for a minute,
Zoom
you
in on
guys
the
know
beard.
this is what I like to do, is
Look at the
boost people.
shine.
So, Corey, I don't know if you ever seen this podcast, this is what we do. You better, like, lift up your neck so they can see the clear skin. Look at that clear skin. Guys, I'm just saying, I just know it's a struggle in our community when I see this black man with razor bumps, and I know it has to be an insecurity because they always say, take a hat and a beard out of a man. You know, if they can't rock that, it's hectic. So honestly, please, like, the men, like, maybe you want to shout some products they should use at the end of the video, but you know, some of the men I've dated, I get them the beard oil because I'm not trying to be like, my skin is proper, but I know that it takes the barber and the right tools in the right barber shop where you go to sometimes affects how your curating skin is. So shout out to you because you are wearing what you are promoting.
Absolutely.
I just had to shout that out.
And like you said, you've been in the hair industry for a long time, but like you opened Spectrum when?
Technically, we've had it for 2.5, but this October will be our first year physically open. So we're excited for that, our first year anniversary, especially the hurdles through COVID, through permits, through financing, like,
of course,
to make it here is actually a really strong achievement for me.
Yeah.
Can we just cheers to that for a second?
Pick up your glass.
Can
We're
you
gonna
pick
cheers
up that
to
glass?
For sure.
And like, congratulations.
And you ladies would have no reason to go to the barbershop. I mean, unless you're taking Bay. I don't know.
I will take my Bay there.
All right, listen. Spectrum is an experience. When you walk in, like the decor in there, it's not a regular barbershop, eh?
Okay.
You walk in there, the decor, it's like you want to be there.
It's proper.
You know what I mean? Like the color matching, the seating. You know, he even got that little apron type looking barber thing.
Yeah, one of those.
You know what I mean? Everything on brand, like the logo, it's clean, the gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks rich. It looks like
beautiful.
quality, right?
Right.
And you know, even like something that I saw that Khori and Derek, his partner, did. His business partner did. They even wash their client's hair as part of the service as well. So it's like setting things apart. You don't just walk in and get a cut and done. It's like, no, you're getting that full experience. Similar to women's hairstyling, right? It's like you're getting a full experience when you go there. You know what I mean? So shout out to you for that. You're changing the game in that sense, right?
Dope. Amazing.
So in terms of challenges, so you talked about the pandemic and talked about finances. What have the biggest challenges been for you, not only in starting the business, but maybe even how it trickled into your personal life and getting things going with Spectrum?
I think the biggest challenge was really confusing to me is trying to get a business loan as a new business, so getting a new business loan and being denied because I didn't have enough years. Oh. It's not even credit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, basically they're saying, oh, it's a risk. You're a new business, but I'm like, wait a second. I'm getting a new business loan
because I've been so good. Now I can start on my own.
My credit was high because I just came back from Alberta and it just cleared all of my debt. So my credit was high. I had money in the account, but it was just, I think it was the fact that the hair industry, for them, they see it as a risk because essentially how it was ran before is just cash underneath the table.
Right.
So they didn't have, quote unquote, a history. That was honestly the biggest struggle because I didn't want to use my own money because then I'm going to tap out and then I have no extra money to deal with my personal finances, that kind of stuff. So I think that was the biggest struggle. And then the second struggle was I went into a whole different region, York region. Complete different permit process.
Right.
Complete different everything. Health codes. Like I had to pretty much handicap spec the whole shop.
Right.
And that is not cheap.
Right.
Like from mirrors to door handles to doors itself to the width of doors.
Wow.
It's like a whole different price bracket. Just the width of the door.
Everything has to be compliant.
Completely different. And funny enough, when the instructor came, the inspector, we were off by, I think, 3/4.
No.
And he was ready to fail the whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
And we had like a 15-minute back and forth of like, please, come on, like, please, like, if we do this, then you're gonna push us back like a month and a half.
I mean, usually they kind of pay them off.
It wasn't even a pay thing. Like he really loved his job.
Yeah.
He really loved his job.
Yeah.
And he's there looking at the tape measure, and we're here like,
come
on. Like, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, this is. At that point, I was just like, yo, do whatever you want to do, bro. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna turn my back and walk out and pretend I didn't see this. And I'm just like,
wow.
Do you really think anyone's gonna come in here and be like, oh, this is
off by 3/4?
3/4 off, like
And
then it was just, I don't know. I felt it was also like a money pit for like the
that's
office
what I'm saying.
of the permitting.
They pay them off. So
essentially,
it is,
him pushing us back is him working more overtime.
Exactly.
More money for the city and stuff. But through that and then COVID is like, okay, our normal processing is like 2 weeks. Now we have COVID, we're gonna do it at a month. And it's just like, so I have to wait a month to know if I approved or not. And then I have to change it and then wait another month. Like this.
Crazy.
It wasn't easy. But I don't know. We're here now, and I'm just trying to move forward. And then the only thing I can do is if anyone else is trying to move into York region or moving into this industry itself, just offer advice. How to do things properly. Not trying to finesse the system. Because that doesn't work.
I like that.
that doesn't work.
I like that.
I've watched how you move, and I see that you have this kind of like pay it forward energy. You know what I mean? Like almost like this give back energy that you want to help the next one. Am I wrong in that reading?
It is, because the amount of time that I've spent trying to figure it out on myself, it's just like, yo, if someone came and said, hey,
and just help
me out, it would save me months. Like, months.
No, I mean like you want to now save someone from that experience.
I do, because it is rough. I mean, not everyone has the same temperament, the same patience. A lot of people would have packed it in and quit.
Exactly.
That's the thing. All these things that people don't really think about. Like we're talking about permits. Like people think, I'm gonna start a business. Okay, I secured a location. But all these other compliance related things, it's like you look past those things, right? So you guys are coming up. Super proud of you. You're coming up to 1 year.
Oh man!
What are some of the lessons learned?
To be honest, you don't cheap out. Because
you'll pay for it later.
The little things like cutting corners and cheaping out in certain things that you're doing with your business you'd be surprised. People notice that. Like, I had one guy. He's just like, listen, there's all of this stuff is nice, but the only thing I really realize is how good your washroom is. And I'm just like, my washroom's like, yeah, like I've never been to a washroom, and the smell and the how it looked, and it's just like black barbershops don't have that. Wow. And I was just like, yep, interesting.
I wanna go visit this barbershop.
Guys, listen, I'm gonna post some pictures of Spectrum. When I tell you, I wasn't kidding. When you walk in, it's an experience. Okay. Down to the washrooms. Yeah. Okay? Send me some pictures. I gotta share it with the people, okay? Like, down to the washroom. And shout out to you, man. You guys did your thing. I could see you didn't cut corners. I'm telling you guys. It's a different level. It's a different level.
Well, like I said, I think sometimes you could see how people speak, how they present themselves as well. It doesn't, you almost don't need to do so much research. Because he wears his brand well. And I think, any business owner or any entrepreneur could learn from that. I wanted to just like tap in a little bit because you talked about like he likes to pay forward. You guys know I'm like crazy about that. Giving before you receive and helping people and thinking about that first. And the last entrepreneur, because we've been trying to do this series to get a lot of creative entrepreneurs on our show and really just showcase like Black excellence on so many different fronts. Because a lot of people don't even know these people exist. I didn't even know you existed unless Nicole said you come to the podcast. But the pay forward factor, I'm telling you, I think it does come back. We had a guest, Brianne, an episode in the past or last episode, and even just if the two of them connected, could you imagine the conversation they will have?
That's true.
But I brought that up because he suggested a book called The Go Giver, and somebody else actually recommended the book The Go Giver, and apparently it talks about that, paying it forward and making sure that you help somebody else and think about somebody else, because your success is you pay forward, it's gonna come back to you kind of thing, right?
I really believe that.
Shout out to you if that's what you do, and like keep doing it. Even if you don't see results, somebody somewhere will like appreciate it. Yeah.
100%.
So in terms of the business Spectrum, where do you see yourself taking this? What are your plans for Spectrum?
Well, the way we design the business is as if anyone can walk in and franchise it out or own a portion of the business. Because our end goal is within 5 years, we want at least minimum 2-3 locations.
Okay.
So
ambitious.
How we've designed it is it's pretty much, it has its name, but it's not like, Spectrum Eastside Cuts. Like, it's like you can come in and say, I want to franchise it out. And you put a location in Malton. So then where we would come in now is that we have the educational side. So, because you're probably concerned, like, okay, how do I get barbers? So what we're trying to do is standardize it a little bit in a sense where
be the umbrella.
We educate the barbers, and then you just have to essentially manage it if you're trying to own it. Okay. So within the next 5 years, we plan to at least 2 to 3. And then we're working on our educational side, because there's a lot of people who inquire, I want to cut hair, or I want to do this. Like, so we just want to give that aspect also.
I love that, like a training aspect, and actually have a training boot camp kind of thing.
Because the way we look at it is you get hired by McDonald's. Yeah. You have to go through training.
Period. 3-month probation. Can you do
Spectrum training?
Spectrum training.
So the idea of, because I set my brand high. Yeah. And I don't want, say, if we open a location in the West, I don't want to hear something like, I went to this location, it's not like this location, it's not like, I want to keep it straight across the board. I want the same washroom in this location, at every single location. I want the same kind of quality, the same kind of customer service, the same everything, the same merchandise, everything. Because that's the only way a franchise is going to run successfully.
You go to McDonald's in the West, you go to McDonald's in the East, it's the same fries.
Junior chicken is the same junior chicken.
Yeah.
It's just, the one thing changes is the heat. One's fresh, one's cold.
That's it. Period.
But yeah, like and the next thing that we're really working on is using high quality products. We personally were one of, I think, 3 or 4 reps for Design Essentials, which is a pretty good brand if you guys never heard of it. Because what's happening now is a lot of these other brands like your Shea Moistures, your smaller brands, when they get big, they sell out. So your Johnson & Johnson and all this. Yeah. And then they start thinning out stuff. They're starting using half the castor, half the grapeseed. Then it loses the quality.
That's right.
So we thoroughly push design essentials. Anything that I use on my clients, I offer for purchase. What I do at the shop, you can do at home also.
Which is a smart business idea. How many times have you gone, even when we go to some of our nail salons and whatnot, and they have specific products and you want to continue and you could buy them. So brilliant.
And it's weird. The Canadian market with the hair is just, I don't know why we're so far behind.
Yeah,
that's true. Why,
it's so true.
The model is when I start going to hair shows in the States.
Crazy.
It's completely different. Like the way they push things, it's like, it's like, why would you do a service and then tell someone to go down to the road to go buy the product that I just used on you?
Yeah, when you.
So it's just like, why would you keep all the money within your location?
Crazy.
That doesn't make sense. You're pushing someone else's brand.
Agreed.
Like, so we're like, no. This can't keep happening. Yeah. So we keep all money within the store because I have clients that even if they're not getting a service. Yeah. They just come back to get the wash oil. Or shampoo or oil. And it's just like, that's another portion of revenue.
So do you have the products yet, or that's something you're in the works?
Oh, we've been had the products. So we offer the products on our website and we offer it in store. So it's like whatever we have there, we have in our newsletters. So if we have anything new, it's in our mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, then you get notified when it does come. For the individuals that don't know, we're starting to push tutorial videos of how to.
I didn't know that, Khori.
That's another educational purpose
that's so
that we're
amazing.
working on also.
Okay,
because a lot of people don't know how to condition properly.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know shampooing properly. A lot of guys don't know beard care properly.
Listen, just pause right there. No.
Seen enough.
No. I don't think you understand. This is so crucial. Like the man and mother, like I just don't understand.
Like the razor bumps.
Like you're not gonna last a week with me. Like not a day.
Like, where have you been?
Spectrum. Could you talk about that for a second? What's a typical morning routine for a man with a beard?
It depends on my activity. So if I'm going to the gym, or if let's just say I wake up and I didn't condition this week, then I have to incorporate conditioning into that specific day. So for instance, the first thing I would do is probably put a conditioner, like we have our mint conditioner. So I'll put that in my beard.
And I never even knew men use
conditioners
for their beard.
No, it's not,
I think it's like a gumbo.
I didn't even know that.
Marvin has a lot of products. It's just a thing.
Yeah,
the states are figured it out.
Men don't take care of them.
They don't. But the thing is, they never really had options to. You go into the barbershop, it's chairs.
And that's
it. They have equipment. That's it.
No education, no product, nothing.
They didn't focus on hair care like how women, we have 5 billion products.
No. Listen, that whole... and there's perm hair products, and there's natural hair products, and there's braided hair products.
Millions.
I think men should do the same. Like I
think
that's what you're
trying to roll into.
That's what we're pushing out.
I love that.
So like for instance, all our natural stuff. You guys ever heard of Remain oils or?
I have.
So we have all the way from Remain butter, skin. So for instance, they whip the lotion.
Oh yeah, that like it's like a shea butter when there's a whip start.
So you have the lotion, you have the oil,
yes.
You have the beard butter, the beard scrub, beard shampoo.
Come on, Christmas presents.
Because I don't know, it's just there is. I think within the last 2 or 3 years, maybe last 2, there've been a real push for men's beard products.
I think it's important.
For instance, there was a guy that he was putting Axe 3-in-1 on his beard. And he's like, oh, I'm experiencing a lot of breakage and a lot of... And I'm just like, you can't... First of all, anything 3-in-1, is probably not the best for you.
The 3-in-1.
3-in-1, 2-in-1. Like, no, we need to go down to 1-in-1.
Different. 1-in-1.
Like, if a shampoo is supposed to shampoo, how can you shampoo and condition at the same time? That's just not
it doesn't make any sense.
That's not a thing, right?
It's laziness.
So, yeah, back to my routine, I would put in a conditioner. While it's in there, I'd brush my teeth.
Okay.
And then floss. And then that would roughly take about 5 minutes. Then I'll wash out my conditioner, put in oil.
Oh my God.
And then put in my butter.
Love it.
And then comb, shape, and then go about whatever I need to do next.
So do you have to comb? Do you have to, you know how like women, like we have certain combs that you have to use the detangler, we have the regular combs, we have the thin one.
So
do you have a comb?
You sell it? I do sell. Okay. So
I'm going to your shop because I have my brothers. I mean, they have good beards. Shout out Kanan and all you guys. But there's certain men that don't have. I think they're just blessed with thick beard.
Yeah, but genetics does help.
But I think there's certain men that actually, like, you know, I've come across some men. I'm like, I would love to gift you something. Like, I don't know where to get it, and I have to buy it in the States and pay duty fees. But because they're black owned, I know they're getting some money. So it's nice to know there's someone in Toronto that sells this product.
But I feel like if men especially, they're like, oh, it's not growing. I'm like, just like how us women have to take care of our hair, take care of our skin. When you eat, if you take care of your body, the hair will grow.
I honestly believe that. Sorry, I'm like, this is very like different.
It's near and dear to Grace.
So I gotta ask one more question. So for the men that, like, you know, I remember I used to work at this restaurant. This guy really wanted to grow a beard so bad. But like he's trying to grow his beard, it could be thick, but he has the patches. Is that genetics, or do you think that could be fixed?
Genetics does have a major role in it.
Like the patches.
If your father doesn't have it, or your grandfather,
just cut it out and stuff.
Like essentially, it is gonna be more difficult for you.
Okay.
But if you put the right surroundings in there, then you increase the chances of it growing. It's just like you trying to have a plant and you have a weird soil, or it's too moist, or it's too dry. Like you have to create the right environment for it.
Sure.
So why would you not nourish your skin so it can essentially grow better?
Yeah.
Why would you not clip the split ends or the broken ends so it essentially can grow better?
Okay.
A lot of guys don't do this. Or they feel like they don't have the time for it. But it's really not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Once you get into a routine, it's pretty easy. And
they
once
can
you
make
see
it a
growing,
habit.
Once you see it growing and you have your habit, then you'll keep doing it.
Because you've seen that progress.
Well, don't worry, I will be helping y'all.
Condition, brush your teeth. When you finish brush your teeth, you move on to the oil. Any other steps? Hope y'all are listening.
We'll be putting down the captions too when we post them, so everybody, the man up because he.
I don't really experience razor bumps too much.
Okay.
Well, how could you? Look at your skin.
But it could be your skin.
So do you even think about it?
Some people's skin, everybody's skin type is different.
Funny enough, I have eczema on my face.
Oh, okay.
So I can't use certain products, like very alcohol infused products.
Yeah.
I can't use because it feels like it's just burning.
Wow.
So I don't do that. Like anything that I endorse, like I know how it's made.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, for instance, SOIE. I don't know if you guys have heard of SOIE. SOIE.
What is that?
It's another.
Oh yes, I have.
Essential. It's like a natural homemade brand.
She's
from Toronto.
Yeah, she's from Toronto.
Anything I support, like it's either here or I can get it here. So Remain is from Toronto. SOIE is from Toronto, and they focus on a lot of natural ingredients.
Yeah, I love it.
So their stuff is really good too, especially the scent. And I don't even understand why a lot of men don't like using this stuff, because it's like, okay, you come out the shower, you put on lotion, you spray your cologne, but why wouldn't you want your hair or your beard to look good?
Some men don't even lotion, but that's another
even
story.
I was just gonna say.
I don't know where these men are from.
Khori,
like, I don't know.
Let me tell you something.
Khori can't relate.
You are taking men's care for granted. There are a lot of men I know come out of the shower, they dry off, and they put on their clothes. I kid you not.
Put on their clothes.
There are a lot. Probably more. Do you guys agree?
No, I
more
agree.
Than the ones that really take
the lotion part. I know.
Well,
I know lotion up, but I know I could. Thank God.
Men are less maintenance.
But it's for me, it's a beard.
Yeah.
care, I think, is what I've seen lacking the most.
Okay.
And maybe the aftershave care. Like, I think sometimes just because you went to the barber and made you look good, I think you should have your
What are you doing after that?
What are you doing? The home remedy.
I just think men just don't know. Because for us, it's lack of knowledge. I feel like for us, it's out there in the open. Men, I just feel like we have to like do things so our men know. Like, you know what I mean? We'd have to buy them the product. We'd have to buy them the beard oil.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm willing to start buying so they don't and helping them out.
Yeah.
So that once they feel and look good, they're going to just come to you.
Yeah, they'll continue.
Yeah.
Well, you just have to educate them.
You have to educate them.
And I think that's the best way to educate, just buying a gift. You know, some people like get frustrated. I'm like, what are you buying this? I'm like, just buy some nice and just say, I think that will look good. And just try this today.
Well, now Spectrum's out here changing.
And I think that's the most subtle way of like, you don't want to change anybody but the best way to see if someone will even enjoy is just gift them and then like observe and see how much you enjoy it. And then maybe they don't get it, just buy for Christmas and they got it and then like let it go.
So are you from Toronto?
Yeah, I'm from Toronto. I've been to Toronto and Scarborough all my life.
This is my first time meeting you. I only seen you at Soca Fets like prior to this.
Right. Oh, you've seen him before.
I've seen him before,
know each other.
You go to Soca Fets, right?
Maybe.
Who's asking? Khori's here like, who's asking?
Khori's out here at Soca Fets.
Who really needs to know?
It's nice to finally meet you and, get to know about your business. But yeah, you're from Toronto.
And that's funny itself because I'm Jamaican. And the whole stereotype is like, oh, Jamaicans are supposed to be at Soca Fest. This doesn't make any sense.
She's Jamaican and she's at Soca Fest.
So, carnival. So.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, I was born in Jamaica, and then I came here when I was 6, and I've been in Scarborough, Toronto ever since. So, yeah.
That's dope. I actually really love that you pay attention to detail because I'm in the construction industry, and you'd be so surprised by like the light fixtures, the detail of the light fixture. People are paying attention to like. The fixtures, the millwork, everything people pay attention to. So continue with that because your customers will always pay attention to the little things.
The little things.
They do notice that.
Yeah,
100%.
And it probably feels so good, especially when you put in the effort and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I know you talk a lot about men care and stuff like that. Would you ever branch out to women's hair care?
Ooh.
Like in the future?
To be honest with you, I feel like that's just a competitive market in itself.
Yeah.
In terms of product, in terms of, I mean, females are finicky.
Yeah.
They're very like, I don't know, very finicky with their stuff. I like the men's side of things because it's just open forum. There's not much like
competition. Yeah, it's true.
It's just I feel like I can change the men forum. I can't really impact the female game.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing out there that I can bring that women haven't heard of.
You never know though. I'll tell you why, because I've had natural hair for a very, very long time and bought different products, and there's a million products out there. You're not wrong. But not every product works for every single type of hair type. So don't dismiss yourself with something that you may have. And I'll tell you why, because a lot of products that work for my hair I buy in the States.
Right.
And there's over 1,000 products in Toronto that just do not work for my hair. And these women in the States actually had to be home, and some of them have hair like mines, and they had to create their own remedies and just figure it out. And it's competitive for them. Have you seen every woman's hair in the States? Even when they wear their wigs, they take that wig, it's slayed. Yeah. Like their hairs, I don't know what they use in the States because they don't eat right. But it's a product that they
It's true. And the same thing that you use in your beard would work in our hair.
It's crazy. So you never know. I mean, obviously, like you got to focus on what you got to focus on. But just, I would just more encourage you to, you just don't know what's going to work for somebody out there.
I mean,
because
I'm not closing that door.
Yeah. You're open to it.
I'm open to it.
It's just not a priority. But it's just now.
It's different when you have, say, how many years doing females, anything in and out female, then it'd be like you'd be more, confident. But it's just like I've been in.
Where do you start?
Maybe when I reach like a plateau with the men's side of things.
Yeah,
I'd probably go
dabble into it.
I wouldn't be opposed to teaming up with someone else who has the same adequate type of years in the female industry.
But would you add like a female side to Spectrum, like say hire hairdressers within your barbershop?
I have to think about that because all my years I've been cutting hair, it's always been one side is female, one side is male, and there've always been some sort of complaint. Whether a man is getting shaved and it's like, yo, I don't want to smell the perm. Or I get the hairstyles, but like, oh, can you tell that guy to not come? He's too loud.
Really?
That type of complaints?
What?
Damn.
That's too much.
Because I don't know. I've seen the female side of things, and it's just like you come in, you wait, and it's read a magazine, or you're sometimes on your phone, 5 hours, and it's like they love the silence. Yeah. Where men love loud. Yeah. Men want to talk about football. Men want to talk about basketball. Men just want to just talk. Yeah. Because it's our retreat.
Yeah. I like, and the conversations that women have at the hair salon are different.
I was just gonna say,
I like it separate. I don't think I would like the idea of like having an extension of women's hair care on the other side. Personally,
a lot of men, from what I've been feedback was, it's like, oh, I love coming here because I can get away.
Yeah, it's true. It's your escape.
It's my escape.
It's like the barbershop with LeBron James, and he has the boys there. Right. It's like a man's getaway.
It's like a man's cave.
Right. Yes. And so like even to the point of we decided not to put television. I don't know if you noticed that.
Of course, yeah.
We decided not to put TV in the shop because
you just create conversation.
Create conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like TVs
love
embody introvertedness. Like,
yes.
Oh, I just want to watch the TV, but it's just like let's talk.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we bring back the talk aspect into the old school barbershops, because back in the day, your barbers, your therapists, your psychologists, your dentists,
that's
everything.
And cutting your hair, like
everything.
It was just embodied into that one
one-stop
hour situation, right?
Yes.
Now you're having 80-inch TVs in barbershops, and it's like, yo, throw the game on, and it's just like, did you really escape? You just came and cut your hair, but did you really escape? Did you communicate? Did you network? Because like another thing that we're working on is somewhat of a think tank, but more so for entrepreneurial, like, because there's so many people that walk into the barbershop and you have not a clue what they're doing. For instance, I have clients that are mortgage brokers.
Yeah.
I have clients that are real estate agents, all the way down to hedge fund owners. And they just walk in a pair of Nikes or Converse, and you wouldn't even know.
You don't know what they're doing.
You have a TV there, and it's just like, do you actually bridge that gap in conversation?
No, because
I like that.
You create the conversation with your client, and you're just like, yeah, I'm buying a house. Then you have the guy that's the mortgage broker. I can help you out. You know what I mean? It's like a chain.
And me personally, I love to make that connection.
Yeah.
When I hear someone saying, "Oh, I'm in a bind. I need to get this house sold," and I just don't, because now you have the aspect of like my respect of like, if I was to say, go to this tint guy or go to this real estate guy, trust me, brother. Like, I'm telling you, if it doesn't work, it's on my word, right? And now it's like, okay, I get a message like 2 or 3 days later. Thank you. It was amazing. It was a good experience. Like, thank you for referring this person. So we're just like, we're really trying to help the community, especially like, I have a lot of Black clients, and a lot of them are entrepreneurs too. And I want to help them as if they're helping me. And because I believe that me helping them in the long run will essentially help me.
Absolutely.
I don't need instant gratification, but when that time comes, at least they remember, oh, when Khori helped me in this situation,
I like that a lot.
like, you know, and everything just comes back full circle.
It's true.
Especially in our industry.
Yeah, word of mouth is like the best form of
I think so.
business.
Because it's like your virtual check. It's like, I'm checking this off. Like, trust me, if it doesn't go well, then blame me.
Yeah. But then also, coming to your barbershop, some people just want to talk to somebody too.
And see, I've been noticing that also, that in the last year and a half, especially with COVID, there's a lot of men that are going through a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the comfort aspect of reaching out, I don't know if it's a pride or ego thing.
It's a pride thing.
Yep, I think so. Men
reaching out and being like, yo, listen, Khori, can I talk to you? Or like, yo, can we rap about this real quick? Like, because it's for them, I think they feel like it's easier to walk with it on your chest And it's just like, how long are you gonna keep doing this? Like, how long
it's not
until
necessary.
it boils over?
Yeah.
And then you're in traffic at 5 p.m. on a Gardner, and it's like, nah, I'm not having this no more. Because a lot of people don't
just drive off the bridge.
Yeah, like, not even just drive off the bridge, but they're gonna purposely cut someone off.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna yell at this person.
It's true.
It's
you think it's in that moment in which you're angry.
Yeah.
But it could be something like months prior.
Yeah, waiting and building up.
And you're just using that outlet, that specific outlet at that specific time to let it out.
You're right.
And it's just like, no, we could have spoken about this. It's just like, you could just let this off your chest before you implode or explode. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, men need to start talking.
And I like that you're creating that space.
That's just gonna say it,
right? I think that's so important. And we had an episode, I don't know if you saw it, but we had an episode called Men in Vulnerability. And
in the mental health section too.
Yeah, exactly. And it talks a lot about like men and pride and ego and just not having that safe space to be vulnerable and address things that are on their mind and weighing on them, right? So I think that's so important that, you're tying into that through being a barber, right? Like these things are so important just to be able to be that outlet because like you said, you might not directly connect it to something that happens on the Gardner, right? But it lingers and it builds up and then it comes across in different ways, right? So that's important.
No, very important.
For sure.
Yeah.
Really important.
The ladies always like me to spice things up.
Here we go.
Are you single?
I mean, like, it's hard.
I mean, listen, you take care of yourself. You're so successful. Like, come on, man. You knew this question was coming. Are you single? Look at the smile. Look at the smile.
I'm single.
Ready to mingle, though? Or
I don't know about the mingling aspect.
No, you're okay.
I think I don't know. I want to find myself, get myself situated.
Okay.
Before I want to embrace into another relationship.
Gotcha.
Because I do have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Because entrepreneurship, one thing I will say, entrepreneurship and relationships is not easy.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if you're an entrepreneur and she's not.
Yes.
It's two different.
We hear that a lot.
We hear that a lot.
It's two different aspects.
Yeah.
Because I don't take things for granted. Like when you check out at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it's like, okay, I'll get it tomorrow. But for me, it's like
24/7.
In the back of my head, it's just like, I don't know if I'm gonna have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's just like if an opportunity comes,
you gotta be ready.
I gotta go get it.
I then. Yeah.
And I don't have payroll that you can just go and contact in the morning and work on this, and my accountant will do like.
Yeah.
It's just like I have to do these things myself.
The hustle is different.
So are you like a little jaded? Do you have like a crazy experience that you wanna,
in terms of what? What do you mean?
I don't know. You see, you're like, I just want to be single for now, and
because I was gonna, the reason, you know what?
I'm just joking.
Because what I was gonna say is there are other women out there that could be on the same page as you're on, and they could be struggling with the same thing. And I think sometimes we think that our relationship's gonna be a barrier. Like, are you blocking that off all the way? Because do you really think that you're going to find the perfect time to find the right one? Yeah. Because the more successful you get, it's just gonna get busier and busier. And you always gonna say that.
See, the thing is, with men, especially with stuff that they have to get done, again, with the pride aspect, they may not ask for help.
Yeah.
So a man might, subconsciously he wants you to be like, yo, can I help you? Can I do this? Can I do that?
Right.
I'm not. It's just it just feels as sometimes it's a sense of weakness, being like, can I ask you? Can I rely on you? Like, especially if you're involved with someone who, they may not show that, that they're willing to help you. They might offer randomly, but they're not always gonna be there. So like, I know I have to get this done. I want it a certain way, and let me get it done. I can just rely on myself.
So do you feel it's easier to talk to a woman that's an entrepreneur herself?
Yeah, like would you date
because that could just be
easier because the perspective is completely different.
Okay.
Would you date someone who's not an entrepreneur now at this point?
I would. I'm not turning.
She just has to understand.
Yeah,
entrepreneurship.
They need to understand that. Yeah, because it really isn't easy.
No. Yeah.
So sorry to cut you again. Like, I just want to get back to the point where the dismissal part of it all, like, you know what I mean, in relationships, in a sense where, what is the ideal woman for you? Like, because there's again, like, have you set that criteria? Because I really think it's out there. Like, have you even, or are you just shutting it off, thinking that no, not right now?
I haven't shut it off.
So what's your ideal woman? Like,
I'm not close. I don't know if I have an ideal woman.
Okay, that's fair.
Personally, I just want someone to understand what it really does take. And that there's moments where, especially for me in the service industry, I take in a lot after 9-10 hours of listening to either someone complain or someone say this, or it's a lot. It's not like, I'm signing papers
and you're signing a contract, picking up a check,
or I'm accepting emails, or if I don't want to accept this email, I'll push it. Like, I'm having back and forth human conversations. All day. So sometimes it does put pressures on me. If I have a deadline to meet, let's say if I have to go pay this to my landlord or do this, and it's just like, these are essential pressures. So for instance, when I come home now, I kind of want that wind down time. Peace. So like that peace.
We talk about that all the time.
I kind of heard it. I heard it. But yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Sometimes men just need that time to be by themselves. To really refocus.
And like recharge.
To give that time back to you. And it's like your partner has to understand that. Because now it's like, I don't want to put you in the same category of the people who are stressing me out.
Because that happens in people in the service industry, and I can relate because I was in the restaurant business for over 8 years, managed, served, open restaurants, trained, and we're talking like 20, like you're talking shift work sometimes depending where you are in opening restaurants. And unfortunately, you could have a bad day, like especially as a manager, the extrovert, like you know, you go to the back and you know, if you're having a bad day, no one cares because you're known as an extrovert. You're known as the one. We're coming here to you to help, almost like quote unquote help us out. We're coming to just let loose. We had a long day and you're serving people. And table after table after table, like it's crazy because like I will go out, but I will go out not even for myself. I just cannot hear anybody today. And to an extent, you don't really take care of your own personal self because you've assumed this position that like people are pretty much gonna come and put like their baggage on you because you're their outlet, the restaurant, the barbers, the hairdressers, the therapists. So it's a tough industry.
Say I'm the soundboard. I'm the phone that everyone wants to yell at. I take it so you don't have to.
And you've accepted it.
I've accepted it.
Yeah, because some people don't want to go with their friends. Sometimes it's good to talk to somebody that's
with an unbiased opinion.
With a biased opinion.
So sorry to diverge. So I just had a question. So you know, I like that you're separating the men and the women, but in this society, do you feel a challenge, especially with the new identities and people being encouraged to just, you know, you don't have to be a male, you don't have to be a female, like you should just have a space where you go to a space. Do you feel because you want to separate that, are you nervous or rather guilty to an extent, because that could actually become problematic in society if you're caught knowing that you're separating the two right now?
I mean, I'm not directly separating it.
Yeah, sure.
We still have a lot of females that come in. Okay. Like females still cut their hair.
You cut my hair, remember? I walked in there, I'm like, Khori, cut my hair. He's like, what? Do you remember you weren't trying to cut it?
I was like, no.
He's like, no. I'm like, Khori, I'm here as a customer. Cut my hair. He's like, so wait, like
that's actually a long time ago.
I know.
I actually forgot that.
That was in 2015.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, Khori, listen, cut my hair. He's like, so like all of it? I'm like, yeah, cut it all off.
Yeah.
That was...
You did it though. You did it.
Oh, that's dope.
This is a big
I'm
step.
thinking it is.
You're putting that responsibility on me.
He's like, I don't want to be
be part of this.
It is big.
I'm thinking of doing a big chop, guys.
Here we
Khori's your guy.
Yeah, to recharge. Yeah.
That'd be dope though.
I
wish I had the balls to do it.
It's
I don't
literally I loved it. I loved
it.
Honestly, I just like
I feel
wake
like
up,
it would be
put
free.
some products in it,
Right.
and I felt so amazing. Like it was so liberating.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna do the big chop.
Do it. Hair girls, actually no, you have a lot of hair.
I was like
letting
7
go so much.
hours.
Have you seen her hair, Khori? Do you
No,
know what her hair looks like out of braids?
No.
Oh, okay, you have to check it out. Like her hair is big, like big. It's part of your personality. I feel like.
Why?
Oh, I cut it.
You don't need
Yeah,
to.
why?
You know why? I'll tell you why. Me having braids in or having anything else, like I feel like there's this sense of like I'm not even myself. I feel like right now that's not even me. And I feel like when I wear my hair, because that was so stripped away from me when I came to Canada 20 years ago, and when I regain my confidence with it, you can't touch me now because of my hair. So I walk with so much pride. In a sense where to encourage other women to be like, you could do this, you could rock your... Listen, I still go to places where I know I'm not the token girl because I have my natural hair. I'm like, Evan, I know I can just fly to the UK or Africa and I'll be good. So that's my confidence, my hair, because I know I'm going to be accepted somewhere. So if I take it off, I feel like that will be a new experience. Kind of like the same way I experienced the natural hair when I...
Right.
And then like cut it off to just be like, just start afresh because anything could be started.
Give a grace? Don't do it.
Right?
Okay, like
I think everyone will be mad.
I didn't have too much to let go of. Like my hair was unhealthy, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just start fresh. You have like big, healthy hair. Don't do it. You have no reason. Stop it.
All right, cool.
Get a bald wig if you want.
All right. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have any of that questions, but I guess what I will ask is, we're going a little off topic. We're talking about dating. You're single, right? What do you think of dating, especially with the new normal, another possible lockdown? I know you're not really focusing on that, but things have changed. You know, you get a lady out there, you know, and reaches out to you, and it's like, you know, are you single? Like, how do you shut women down, pretty much, or how do you take them on?
I mean, if I must say, I find that dating now is a lot lazier.
Lazier.
Interesting word.
I agree.
Why I say that is because you spent almost 2 years of hey, I'm gonna send food or I'm gonna bring food and it's like, we'll watch Netflix and then we'll do this. It's like there's a lot of men that are gonna be upset about this, but it's just like men like to hear this kind of laziness. It's like, okay, wow. I don't have to take her to some cliff and walk the cliff and do this. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna come over and watch TV and just keep it simple. And then now everything has opened back up. It's just like,
what do you do?
Okay, I forgot how to do this. So for instance, like I'll have guys come into the shop and it's just like, yo, I don't know where to take her. Like I don't know. And
ask her.
And then
what does she like to go eat?
Right.
Then
it's like, oh, I'm getting the she says I'm putting in minimal effort and I just generally don't know what to do.
Wow.
And it's just like, and I'm just like, okay, do this, do that, do this. It's just like,
look at you as a coach, right?
I'm not a relationship coach because I'm not perfect.
Yeah,
but it's from me just taking this piece of conversation from this person and doing this and honestly, because it's just like, okay, this person says they did this and it was amazing, and it's like, okay, go to this restaurant, and it's just like, so I can take this and suggest this. And the thing is, like, I've never been there before. I'm gonna pretend like I have.
But you heard.
You just want to encourage somebody.
Like,
your job is just to spread the word.
Honestly, a man just wants that if they ask for advice or opinion, that there's a perspective that they never received.
Got it.
And once they receive that, then they're more inclined to just try it.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah. It's like a cosign for me.
And the whole introvert thing the whole lockdown just turned everyone into introverts.
It's so true.
It's like they become accustomed to just being inside. And
that's crazy.
The dating scene is obviously rough because it's like, okay, if you're not going out to meet people,
what the hell are you doing?
How are you interacting?
Have you ever been on dating app? Have you ever been on a dating app?
Yeah.
Or would you?
No, but I have clients that have been on there, and it's like, from what I'm getting, it's like, okay, you're just getting flooded with a whole bunch of different likes, and it's just like, how do you narrow it down to one person?
Like, is this girl real?
Because now it's like, okay, you have liked the videographer.
The same guy, yeah.
And it's just like, to him, it's like, okay, when she's upset, then I'm gonna move to you.
Yeah.
And when you're upset, then he's gonna move to you.
That's what your clients are doing?
Apparently.
That's what men do.
Let's soak it all in.
That's what men do.
That's what they're doing on these dating sites, because
that's interesting.
As a man's not going out, a female's not going out, and both parties have needs. So it's just when you're swiping away, he's swiping away too.
You know what? I think we touched on it in one of our episodes. I told you about the guy with the 13 kids.
Yes.
What?
So it's so. Anyways.
Yes.
he was on a dating app. He wasn't. No, I didn't meet him on a dating. My friend introduced me to him. But from I dissed him.
Yeah.
He went on to the next friend. So that's what I'm saying. Like, men will just be like, okay, it's not working with you. Next.
Yeah.
But that's what dating essentially is now. Because now you have.
Yeah, but come on, within friends.
Within weeks.
That's a little bit weird. Within the same friendship circle.
Within the same
circle. Like 200 women you can swipe.
They're not actually creating substantial
real relationship
interactions.
Yeah, it's true.
But like not in the same circle.
It's like, what's your name? Who are you?
What do you like?
What do you do? What can you do for me? Okay, all right. You're not trying to.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, you're boring. Next one.
Next one.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah,
I can see that.
I just feel it. With these, they say, oh, you're supposed to meet the person of your dream, but it's just like, how can you really meet the person of your dream? Because right away you get a weird red flag, and it's like, okay, I'm cutting this person off.
Yeah.
But it's really not that crazy.
Cut off culture.
How did our parents do it before?
The cut off culture.
Exactly.
We didn't have temptations.
That cut off culture.
We didn't have all these other aspects that would really be intertwined into your relationship.
So true.
Yeah.
Like social media into your relationship and all this other stuff is actually really difficult to deal with.
It's detrimental in a sense.
Because now, if you have a jealous personality or he has a jealous personality, that little inch of factor can plague a whole. It's like a weird little disease that can just grow into something bigger than it really needs to be.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's just the whole dating aspect is just completely different.
Yeah.
There's not actual hard stamped interaction being made.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Well, listen. God bless us all. This new cuffing season coming around the corner. That's all I can say. But like, I think it's just so nice to hear from a male perspective.
Don't hate me, please.
I think you're fine. These things that we already knew.
We heard worse.
We heard worse. And just to your business and stuff like that, like just keep doing that. Yes. I think I like your focus. I like your hustle. And I think it's good to have standards and actually know what it is that you want. And like, if that female comes around your corner, you already have what's set in place and how how you want to interact, right? Because I think you hear a lot of women saying like, oh, I want a man that does this and they gotta have this and gotta have that. So it's also good to hear men being like, no, I actually don't need you. This is what I also need as well.
Yeah.
And I think everybody should just kind of keep that open mind that you're not it, and somebody has to compromise a lot of you. So you have to go into what are you willing to compromise as well, right? And I think that's the only way it's gonna work. Because now with people not being able to go out and more lockdown, hopefully no more lockdowns. Actually, I'm not gonna put that out there. No. But winter is coming. Like it's already limited in what people could do and people could travel. Yeah. So just wishing everybody all the best.
All the best for cuffing season number 2.
Oh my gosh! Right now it's tryout seasons, right? Is that what it is right now?
It's just because summer's ending.
Yeah, so Khori wants no part of trial seasons. Are you guys in trial season?
I don't know.
It might be a warm winter.
Is it trial season?
Oh, warm winter.
It might be a warm winter.
Remember we asked this question before? Is it gonna be a warm winter for you?
It's always a warm winter.
Hey.
So it's a warm winter for
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for sitting down with us. Actually, this was initiated in that very barbershop that conversations happened. I was like, Khori, wait, what's up? Are you going to come on through as NGK? So thank you so much for coming and just sharing your journey and being a part of this episode.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. Where you can find Khori is... Let them know your handles.
Website is spectrum.com.
How do you spell it?
SPEQ. The Q is for quality.
Talk about it.
TRIM.com.
Okay.
Same handle on Instagram also. Yeah, it's very easy to find us.
Awesome.
And obviously we'll be tagging him as always.
We will tag him. So if you're not already following us on Instagram, it's the number 3 way with NGK. Go ahead and follow us there. The link in our bio will link you to our YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, all of those social media platforms. So like, follow, share, subscribe,